right. All right. We are live again. Here we go. Tone Setter Sports Channel. Anthony Fallon. Here to talk to y'all again. We're going to talk about the Cowboys, of course. That's always on the menu. That's always the point of topic. And we have ran into some very, very, very thick situations, some complications, but I don't think it's going to be too complicating. Hopefully not. Um, with the Tyron Smith situation, that he could possibly, not, it's not, it's not valid yet, but possibly he could miss the rest of the season due to this neck injury. And I would say take Tyron to you. Um, you've been very good for us for some years now, and dealing with the neck injury and dealing with this neck pain. They saying it was a stinger, but it seemed like it'd be something more. He's going to get um, a second opinion from a doctor outside of um, the Cowboys medical staff. So to get some advice, and I guess you're just going to have to, weigh the difference on the advice that's given to him, and typically the advice is not going to be the same as what he got from the Cowboys medical staff. Okay, so let him decide that. And I'm just saying, I would rather for you to, in my opinion, I would rather for you to just go ahead and set out the season, get yourself healthy if you still want to play football, because the neck is not anything to play with. Okay, um, because availability is the most pivotal. I said pivotal. The most pivotal uh, asset that you can have as a player. You know what I'm saying? And we know that you have been a dominant player for years. And matter of fact, when you played against the Browns, it really helped out a lot. Um, so even you not being at full strength or at your full health, you were still you were still at a top level, because I think whoever I mean, who you I forgot who you went against um, on most of the snaps. I think you may have got through one time on you. That's about it. Um, I don't think it amounted to a sack, but just one pressure maybe or something like that. But still, I would rather for you to get your health right. And if this is the end of the road, then this is just the end of the road for you. Um, because there's nothing more precious than being healthy in the long run, because we know the toll that football uh, will take on the body. And I'm suffering. I'm suffering a past injury from football now, where I broke my tibia plateau, all of my ligaments in my knee. You know what I'm saying? So uh, playing defensive end. Yeah. So um, I mean, my injuries are all on one leg, man. I broke my ankle playing basketball. I mean, I ain't break it, but I had a severe ankle sprain to the point where it was almost broken, and it never healed. It didn't heal properly. So, an only way to get my ankle um, back right is to break it and do surgery. So, that's about what happened to me. But unfortunately, I never made it to your level of play, um, as far as making it to the pros or nothing like that. But still, um, football is football, and we know what it can do to your body, and particularly in the long run. Because I have to deal with arthritis and all that stuff. But dealing with the neck, when you're dealing with the neck, you're dealing with the spine. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with the spine, long term could cause multiple sclerosis and all of that. Or decay of bone deterioration. Who knows what may happen? But I hope none of that happens. I hope none of that is. I'm not wishing ill will upon you or nothing like that. But these are some of the possibilities. Um, I mean, because I remember in high school, I had a stinger. I mean, I still had this mark on the side of my neck for the longest from a stinger, man. And my spine isn't 100% straight, and possibly due to that, maybe who knows what damage that may have caused. But anyway, that's the Tyron Smith, and we're going to miss you. But at the same time, I think we're going to be good because of the fact that these guys have been playing without you for the last 3 weeks, 3 out of the 4 weeks. So we're adapting to the shuffle. Now it's just putting everybody in place. If you decide to sit out, because we already lost Lyle Collins, and what I would, in my opinion, what I would do, um, possibly, it's not. It's just a thought. Didn't Connor Williams wanted to play tackle? I know he's not strong, but he's mobile. He's more agile, more fleet-footed, possibly than Brandon Knight. And then we're going to talk about possibly putting Steele back on right, putting him back in at right tackle. And I listened to the live interview today with Mike McCarthy, and I mean, I guess that's something he's supposed to do, is to instill confidence in Steele, even though they benched him. You know, saying last Sunday when he gave up the sack fumble and all of that, going against a high caliber top end defensive end, you know, and Miles Garrett. Um, so he spoke highly of him. So the guy works hard. So some of these guys, it's just going to take that game experience, and it's good that he's getting it for one thing, because if he do have that dog in him, he does have that good work ethic in him, um, and studying and practicing and studying his craft, um, then I think he will be groomed into being a good right tackle. And we don't know what may happen with Lyle, that to the point that the Cowboys might let him go. You never know, because we have covered we have that covered. But you know, there's nothing against Lyle Collins. Um, well, it's a hip surgery. We don't know how he's going to recover from the hip surgery. We don't know how long it's going to take for him to recover from the hip surgery. You know what I'm saying? After the fact, but we know these guys are high end athletes. They're supposed to be well conditioned and stuff like that, even for their size. You know, these mammoths. You know, so what I would suggest is pushing Connor to the left, put in put in Steele or Connor McGovern at left guard, and keep Brandon Knight at right tackle. Or you can move Martin over the right tackle, however you want to switch it up. You know, that's what some would probably prefer. But I'm just looking at Connor Williams, period, because of the fact that he's skilled, but he's not strong. You know what I'm saying? He's not a strong guard. I mean, as far as physical strength, you know what I'm saying? Um, and I know he got short on, so then maybe that's why he's not playing. He's not going to be moved over to left tackle. You know, maybe so. Um, so that's just an idea. That's all. But they're going to decide on. They have already decided on what they're going to do. As when you listen to Mike Carr, if you listen to the live press conference today, maybe about almost an hour ago now, um, probably maybe a little less than that, he was talking about putting Knight at left tackle. He's been playing there all week, so we will see. We will see. I think Knight has been doing a very good job. And speaking of neck injuries, Vanderesch, they saying, you know, he's recovering well. You know, I think he's healing. You know, he's healing very well. He did some type of he did perform in practice today, but to what extent? you know. And I don't want him to rush it. I mean, because you just had a neck surgery. Now you got a collarbone surgery. Now you just went had your collarbone fractured and you had surgery on that. And those two are connected because we saw what happens even if the collarbone is not healed. That with the right type of the way you land on it, the way you land on your collarbone, it's not the contact. Contact, yeah, contact could because he uses his shoulder to tackle. You know what I'm saying? But if you land on it, or if somebody you land you drop you fall on the ground, and a lineman lands on top of you like pancakes you, and you land on the wrong side of your collarbone, whichever one that's broken, that you broke. I forgot. I don't know which side. So we seen Tony that happened to Tony Romo. That's why I say we've seen this before. We seen Tony Romo get healed, come back, land on it again, hurt his collarbone again, and that's when Dak Prescott stepped in. We don't want to see that happen to you. So I would recommend, in my opinion, you set out the whole year and get that thing healed right. Let it heal completely. Not let it heal. Let it mend. Let it mend completely. Because if you step out on that field way too early, even though the doctors may clear you, that bone is not completely healed. Not on the inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still working. It's still doing its mending from the inside of the bone, and whatever they did surgically. Because that's how Tony Romo ended up losing his career. And they saying they might turn it up next week for Vanderesch. You know what I'm saying, on the practice. As far as practice goes. So obviously he's like probably practicing off to the side on his own, stuff like that, doing drills and saying get his legs back under him and all of that. So that's a wait and see type thing. We lost Holloman. We remember Holloman a few years ago. He ended his career like that with the neck injury, and we talked about neck injury, collarbone for Van Der Esch. You remember that win? You remember that win? Y'all, I remember that. I remember that play, man. When he got hurt, he had a neck injury, bro. He had a neck injury, and but still not a collarbone. But I'm just saying, it's because it's all dealing up here. It's all up here, so it's all connected. That's all. That's why I'm saying these neck. That's why I'm calling out these neck injuries. So that's the thing for me about that. And literally just we just have to play the healthiest guys right now. We just can't rush Van Der Esch back on the field. Van Der Esch just can't rush to get back on the field because our defense is playing horrible any damn way. Um, it's funny. Well, before I get to that, what I was about to talk about, I'm going to talk about Jalen Smith. I know Jalen Smith, you're taking a beating, bro. Taking a beating, bro, from fans and sports media, and you're trying to answer these questions in press conference as best as you can. And they're looking at you as if you were the leader, and if you are, I could be. Oh, okay. You're and if you're not the leader, or you're not deemed as one, you are the leader. Maybe it's your calling. Hey, yo, you need me calling you? No, I'm doing my stream. What's up? You streaming? Yes. Go ahead. You gonna be down there? Yeah. So yes. Maybe that's your calling. You know, you can take you maybe you can take that, and you can take that, and you can step up and put these guys and set these guys right. Reason why it's presumed that you are the leader is because you played the middle linebacker for um, for 2 out of the 4 years you've been playing, or I think you've been there longer than that. But you know what I'm saying. But since you have been active, I think you've been actively playing maybe three because you didn't play middle linebacker last year. I don't think. Yes, you did. So this year, so yeah, 2 years, 2 out of the 3 years you've been playing. Okay, because you have been the middle linebacker, bro. So that's why everybody recognized your face because you got paid. You was the middle linebacker before they switched Vanderesch, and you're still it, regardless. Because maybe that's just your role, and you need to be a vocal leader amongst the team. Maybe you're not called a captain, but you can be the heart. You can be just that vocal leader that that's able to reach the guys. You get what I'm saying? I know. I mean, because even myself, I'm speaking from experience because, um, especially on the basketball team, I wasn't the captain. I wasn't the captain, but I was always pull guys to the side and just notice something. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like the power forward or even the star player, just like, hey man, you need to pass that ball a little more because stuff like just maybe you could just be a vocal leader like that to the point where the coaches would ask me did I have anything to say during halftime and stuff like that. And it's for you to believe or not. It really don't care. But I witnessed it because I was there. You know what I'm saying? And in my experience, you know what I'm saying, in playing sports. So everybody don't have to be the captain to be a vocal leader. So maybe that's what you just have to be is that vocal leader, bro. And because we need it right now defensively. And since you're playing middle line, well, Joe Thomas playing middle linebacker, even though he's playing it, but but you have been established as the face of the middle linebacker, the little middle linebacking position. Okay, so that's what I have to say to you, and I hope you do get a chance to hear this. Step up, speak out, call out uh, Xavier Woods for that bullshit that he was talking. Maybe that's true, but don't say that. Don't give the media uh, sound bites and and stuff to feed off. Man, it's bad enough. We get enough bad press as it is. Xavier Woods, and you weren't even supposed to be in my one of the things I talk about. But I did put Dallas Cowboys, so therefore, yeah, it's wide open because everybody else is talking about it too. I mean, it's what the hell, and I don't like that. I really don't. Nobody else does either. From what I've been hearing on on all of the outlets for the Dallas Cowboys and YouTubers. Okay, um, so Xavier Woods, you have to make up for that comment. You saying it's not effort, but then that last play, it speaks volumes, bro. That last play from the Cleveland Browns, that reverse, it speaks volumes. On you chose like just like Shannon was saying, but you chose to not go full speed on that play. That's what it sounds like. That's what it seems like. So the funny thing is, Pro Football Focus, man. Besides sports media, uh, bad play defensively that's being shown on tape throughout the league. Pro Football Focus is going to start getting people fired, man. It's gonna start getting people fired. Don't lie. Uh, how does Woods, Dontari Poe, and Tyrone Crawford are at the bottom as far as worst defensive tackle, the worst defensive lineman uh, in the league, as far as those that actually get quality playing time? Like it was like 70, 70, 72, 72 ranking, 73, 70, somewhere in that rank. They are nowhere near the top. Put it like that. They're not in the top 20. They're not in the top. 10 or nothing like that. They're not even the top 50. They rank 70 and below. You know what I'm saying? 70 and below defensive tackles, and two of them get and two of them, especially well, one of them starts quite often. And see, you would expect that from Tristan Hill, but he's the only one that's playing solid according to Pro Football Focus. And actually, he's been doing a solid number. He just needs some experience, some more game reps, and some leadership from your peers that you're playing from. Some of those guys that are more experienced. Dontari Pope, that's what you was there for. Tyrone Crawford, that's what you're there for. You're supposed to be that vocal leader. That's why they kept you. Right now, you're not living up to your contract, but I understand you're just coming off a double hip surgery. You're just coming off a double hip surgery. So I kind of give you some leeway, but that doesn't stop you from maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're showing the young buck how to get it done. But as far as your play on the field, it sucks. Antoine Woods. Antoine Woods, what's up, bro? I mean, you've been playing this position, what, for 3 seasons now? 3 seasons at least with us anyway. I mean, I think he was undrafted, but I think he was an undrafted free agent. I have to go back. Oh, trying to remember this stuff with no papers. Yeah, I ain't got time to look for that right now. I just want to talk and get this off my chest. Just get it out there. Just get these thoughts out there. But how are we going to have three defensive tackles, three interior linemen be at the bottom, and you're only playing two at a time? So every time one of these three guys get rotated, this is why our 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 freaking run game sucks. This is why Jalen Smith and Joe Thomas is having a hard time. Not all the times, because sometimes they not shed block. They too close up. They get too close to the line and getting eaten up by blocks and stuff like that, and where they can clearly not hitting the right hole. But a lot of times, the defensive linemen, interior linemen, are getting ate up. So whenever those three get out on the field, Tristan Hill is doing a lot of work by himself, and he's the most inexperienced out of the three because he didn't play at all last year. Didn't play at all, and he's doing. And according to he might not be too far ahead of them. Who knows? Because they didn't talk about Pro Football Pro when I heard the report. They didn't talk about Tristan Hill and his percentage or his rating so far in these first 4 weeks. They talked about the three that was worse than him. Just put it like that. So the team, the Coach Garrett is in his cookbook. He's cooking up right now. He's cooking up right now, and he gonna work his mojo. Every time they get a plus gain on the play, or whenever they get that, if the Dallas Cowboys fumble the ball, been doing this botchery. These last 4 games, starting off slow. These last 4 games, they gonna they gonna they gonna hear that clap. That's my Cowboys. That Xavier Woods. There you go. Jalen Smith. There you go. Hey, yeah, you new guy, Poe. Hey, man. Thanks. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Thanks for letting Goldman go up the middle. You know what I'm saying? Joe Thomas, he gonna just be clapping every time y'all boys F up, miss keys, miss assignments. You know what I'm saying? Every time, yes. Go out there and give me that spider. What's I'm online. Yeah, that spider. I'm online right now. I'm almost done. Talking about I'm the only man in the house. 5 ladies. But anyway, as you can see, I got some duty. Got a big spider, whatever. I'm scared of spiders. I don't like spiders. They just creepy. They just creepy to me. I ain't scared of them. They just creepy crawlers. That's the true. That's a good name for insects. Period. But yes, um, guys, that's y'all forever going to be haunted if we don't get this win. Clap, 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 clap. Garrett's Cookbook, baby. Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. Peace.